Hi there, I am Sarah Colas. Welcome to the Dressing Up podcast, where we talk about all things bridal, dresses, and general dressing up topics. I love to encourage women to dress up while expressing their personal style with confidence on how to do so. Visit sarahcolas.com to book a bridal alterations fitting or even inquire about designing the custom couture bridal gown of your dreams. I'm so excited to talk to you about this next topic. Let's get started. Okay, I'm so excited for this episode because I get to chat about some fun things that have been happening in my personal life that kind of sort of always segue into my business a little bit. But before I do that, I just want to mention something really fun that I've been working on lately is new purses. Ooh, look at this. If you're watching on YouTube, I've got them right behind me. Just some of the examples here. I've got lots of examples around the corner. But that's been a new thing for 2026 as people have been loving these bridal purses. And I make them a lot from brides' moms' wedding dresses or your mother-in-law's wedding dress or extra fabric cut off from the bottom of your wedding dress. Or of course, I can just make whatever fabric you want. But look how stinking cute these are. These two are made for a bride I'm working with right now. One for her and then one for her sister. So these are made from their mom's wedding dress. It's like the poof sleeves. And then it's got these little danglies on the bottom of the purse. Okay, let me just go get it so I can show you up close. Okay, so this purse was made from a bride that gave me complete creative freedom and just said, do whatever you want, Sarah. I trust you. Oh, what a dream for a designer to hear that. But these are so stinking cute. So if you're interested in one of these, let me know at your fitting. But also, if you're not coming for a fitting, we can totally make you one of these. If you live across the country, ship me your dress or whatever you want to send me, and I can create a purse out of that. Okay, so without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get started talking about my little sister's baby shower we just hosted yesterday. My youngest sister, Melissa, is having a baby in June 2026. And we just hosted her baby shower just yesterday. It was at the St. John's Resort, the Abbey Room, which I've actually thrown a baby shower there before. It wasn't my first rodeo there. And my sister Melissa had her wedding there. So it was just kind of like a full circle event that we got to do her baby shower there as well. So my goodness, I am so excited for this little baby to be born. It is the first grandchild on either side of their family, and she's going to be a baby girl. So we could not be more thrilled. Also, before I get too deep into this, just know that there's also a blog post on our website about this baby shower. So you can go ahead and hop on there and you'll see a ton of gorgeous photos from this event. I have three sisters. I have one older and two younger. I explain this all the time. Angela and Melissa are the younger sisters. They recently got married these past couple years. They have red hair, so you've probably seen photos of them if you've gotten this far with me. My husband and I also already have two nieces on his side of the family, Vivian and Juliet. They're so stinking cute. If you've been following me on Instagram, you might have seen Vivian's Pooh Bear dress for her second birthday. I surprised her with a Winnie the Pooh themed little play dress for her birthday, and she loved it. It was so stinking cute. I have seen her wear it like 4 times now, so I think she likes it. My point being, we understand the all girl all the time, every day, girly, girly, girly thing. I get that vibe. That is so my thing. So I was so excited to plan this shower and just go full force with girl energy. There was not an ounce of gender neutral anything at that shower. Even a lot of the gifts that people were gifting, everything was all pink. Just the way we like it. This party was the first official Colas party post embroidery machine purchase. So I got the embroidery machine, gosh, about a year ago, but just started getting it up and running 6 months ago about. So this is kind of new that I got to incorporate a lot of my new embroidery skills into this shower. So I included a bunch of very personalized items that you can see in the photos if you go to the blog post, but one of them being the embroidered welcome sign. So I'm sure you guys have seen kind of the style of a screen printed piece of fabric draped over the whole welcome sign thing. Well, I embroidered that and it looks gorgeous. I am going to be selling these. By the time you listen to this podcast episode, we might even already have them on the shop page. But go ahead and email us if you have any questions on any of this. But we got that big welcome sign. And they also did a little sign for the pink lemonade bar I'll tell you about in a second. And then a little monogram bow for the giraffe at the welcome sign. And then also We did, as the party favors, these little heart-shaped ornaments that had everyone's name on them. So those doubled as like your assigned seat. So there are these pink and white seersucker heart-shaped holiday ornaments. They were so stinking cute. And I got everyone's name on their little ornament, and they were at each of their seats. It was so adorable. So, a couple of special items we had at this shower was a pink lemonade bar that we were calling the pink juice bar because my older sister Colleen, as a little kid, was confused when you have orange juice and then you have pink lemonade. Why isn't it orange juice and pink juice? So we called it pink juice. We had pink juice lemonade stands growing up. So this was kind of an ode to that. It turned out so cute. I got this pink umbrella to go over top of it. We had the pink lemonade with all the little toppings on it. And then off to the side, this is so ridiculous, but I had a little teddy bear tea party set up with some of our like kid toys from childhood. Melissa has Teddy and she has Bear, these two twin teddy bears that she would carry around all the time growing up. So we had that little setup. I'm going to circle back to that in a second. But it was really cute that we just had all these little moments throughout the party. The games we had was bingo, we had the candy jar guessing game, and those coloring pages where everyone colors like a coloring page from the alphabet that you then organize them all into a little book, like an ABC book for the baby. So Melissa's mother-in-law, which is Cam's mother, she put her heart and soul into these game prizes that were so cute and they were so themed and it's just so much thought put into them. So Audrey won the diaper raffle and then Claire won the candy count game and then several others won bingo. Crazy enough, Melissa's maternity dress worn at this baby shower was the first ever maternity dress I've ever made in my entire life. And I actually did learn a lot by doing this. So like I kind of learned some like tips and tricks for maternity after doing this project. But we were very particular about what the fabric was going to be. So I bought lots of different fabrics online, guys. I am so sad. You know, Joann's isn't around anymore. Online fabric shopping has been a nightmare. But I found this gorgeous fabric. If you're watching this on YouTube, I do have the dress sitting behind me here. But of course, if you're just listening on the podcast, please go to that blog post because the photos are worth looking at. But this is her dress. That beaded fabric has some butterflies on it. We weren't trying to find a butterfly fabric, but it just happened to be so stinking cute. So yeah, that's her dress. It has these little bows on the top, so this is kind of the style she was wanting. I have noticed that with maternity clothes lately, like these last 5 years, everyone's doing tight-fitted dresses, which is great, but I'm more of a flowy person. Melissa's a little more modest, and this was just like so upscale and elegant that it just made perfect sense for her shower. The thing I learned about maternity dresses is, of course, you got to be like up over the belly, like that's a given, duh. But the thing I learned that I was surprised by is you have to have the back of the dress not full. You can't have volume in the back, which makes perfect sense because you don't want to be like horizontal from the front and the back. So we did some tweaks to the dress to make sure that the back was a lot more slim than I had originally made it. If you're watching on YouTube, this is going to be extra exciting, but you have to check out what else I did here. Okay, I said I was going to circle back to the Teddy and Bear tea party setup. This is where this comes into play. So we have this coordinating, matching little dress for Teddy. Isn't it so stinking cute? So it's like a replica of Melissa's dress that she wore because you might remember that I made Melissa a replica wedding dress for Teddy for her wedding day. So we're just continuing the theme here. And she was so excited to see this dress. I did not tell her I was doing it, but when I showed it to her, her jaw was on the floor. She thought it was so cute, and so do I. So it was just so much fun. So I have kind of sort of become the party planner of the family, which I actually really love. It's a lot of work. I will say that it's a lot of work, but I genuinely have so much fun with it, especially a party like this, of course. But my biggest help is my mom, Cynthia Cola. She's my right-hand woman every step of the way in designing this adorable party. She is extremely crafty and has the eye for cuteness and wow when it comes to parties. I learned a lot of what I know from her, especially with party planning. We had the best parties growing up, the best pool parties, birthday parties, graduation parties. I mean, just like insane. My parents did such a great job, and I kind of took that from them and ran. She genuinely made the best Girl Scout troop leader of all time. So I had to bring in her skills and approval for everything to do with this party. Also, side note, I have been hearing rumor, maybe it's not rumor, maybe it's true, but I've been hearing that they are going to do a sequel to the Troop Beverly Hills movie. I just want to say this right here, right now. That has been my favorite movie of all time for my entire life. And I'm really upset that everyone's going to like suddenly think that they love that movie. That's my movie, guys. That's my movie, but I am excited to see the sequel. Nothing can top the first one. I guarantee it because it is an incredible movie. I have it on DVD and I watched it on my DVD player because I can't find it anywhere else. Anyway, I gave a little welcome speech at the beginning of this party alongside my sisters and parents. I mentioned how I was thinking about Melissa as a little girl and what I could say about her. I would say she was so cute and sweet, very go with the flow, very easy kid. She was always a follower, always following us around, her three older sisters. It is amazing how her first ever is becoming a mom. She decided she was going to go for it first. So she beat us all to this huge life milestone. It was really fun to be able to celebrate that. The flower alley, of course, did the florals. You can see some of them behind me here, right? Like, look at these gorgeous pink florals. I told him to go very floral heavy and just like all shades of pink. Did phenomenal, of course, as they always do. Kayla from the flower alley and her parents dropped off the flowers the morning of the event, which is so helpful to have that delivery. It's amazing. And then she was able to do some fluffing on site. So it was perfect. Funny enough, I saw Kayla the night prior working a wedding. So she was working so hard as she always does. I don't know how she does it. She helps greatly at the Flower Alley, but then she also has her own planning company, K. Adam Events. So she just is at weddings all the time. I don't know how she does it. But something that was really fun is next to the welcome sign, we had Melissa's childhood giraffe. It's pretty big, obviously not life size, but it's like a big giraffe that she would sit on. So I asked Kayla to make a little floral wreath to go around the giraffe's neck. And so she made it like a little bigger than she was thinking, just in case. But then when we were laying it up in person together, we were like, you know what? We like the way this is draping. So it just became this like boa, is what we called it. It looked really cool. You got to look at the photos. Penny with Penny Raylene Photography, of course, was at the event as well. She got all the photos. She absolutely hits it out of the park every single time. I hire her over and over and over again because she is just amazing. She did my sister's wedding photos and lots of other events for us. Carlina with Hairpins and Happiness. I have to say, I do feel like she is the best with the hairstyles that I tend to like. I'm wearing second day hair here, guys, if you're watching on YouTube. I thought it'd be a great day to like do this podcast episode and just show off my hair. I did interview Carlina on episode 11 of the Dressing Up with Sarah Colas podcast episode. So you could check that out. If you're interested in hiring her, I think it's always amazing to listen to their podcast episodes. So you can kind of get to know them a little bit first. We just love her. She is just amazing and we all get along with her so great. She is so fun to just chit chat with too. She's amazing. Anyway, I can't wait for this baby girl to take her first breath into the human world and meet her parents, surrounded by love, care, and changing the world forever as we know it. And most of all, I'm excited for her to meet her favorite aunt, Aunt Sarah. You both want to be on the podcast and talk about the baby shower?
No, good.
Okay, we're just gonna do it just a few minutes here. Okay, guys, I just saw my dad walk up my driveway, so I thought I'd throw him in the podcast here and just have a little chit chat since I recapped about my sister's baby shower yesterday, and I just want to get his opinions.
Yeah, it was kind of coincidental when I came in and was wanting to look at something in their backyard that Sarah came out and said, "Hey," I told her, I says, that was a fantastic shower yesterday. It was over the top. It was really good, but I know Billy kept reminding me like this was an add-on, and we kept teasing with each other. I said, "But I sure hate to be the guy paying for this," but anyways, it was
Kind of was.
No, but it was really, really good. St. John's did a nice job. I was teasing or talking to Billy. Most people would go to a nice place like St. John's would be very accepting of everything. But you guys have to come in and, bring like 3, 4 carloads of supplies and spend 3 hours redecorating because the place wasn't quite up to what you wanted it to be. So I find that kind of interesting because I don't know if anybody else that would bring that much stuff into St.
Walk in
John's.
with just white tablecloths, the basic chairs, and
Of course,
call it a
yeah.
day. It's not about eating food, it's about having a party.
And of course, the chairs had to be just right. There was a little snafu in the beginning.
It was a little snafu.
They had the wrong chairs. They were the wrong backing. I'm not sure anybody else would have noticed other than Sarah, but they had to call the Archbishop up to get St. John's to get him out of their basement. So
No, I just kindly walked up to the worker there and said, these chairs aren't right. Can you please swap them out? I thought it
they're
was very
very accommodating to you.
I was very accommodating for them taking their time to go get the new chairs.
But I mean, it was very nice, very elegant, very surprising. I think the giraffe that they had out there, and don't ask me why they had to bring this big giant giraffe, but I think the little flowers around the giraffe were probably nicer than the bouquet of flowers that the Kentucky Derby winner's going to get. The flowers were absolutely fantastic.
Because they were done by the flower alley, and Kayla makes sure everything is absolutely perfect.
They were, I never saw so many roses in my life, I think, at a place, and they did a super job.
Well, you're having
Food was real good.
daughter. We have to celebrate.
Oh yeah, first, not only a granddaughter, our first granddaughter, and
yeah.
so it was everything you guys do is always first class, and all the girls got together, and your husbands all worked out, and everybody worked hard, and now we can get back to regular life because I didn't realize how big this shower was until about last Wednesday when everything in life in our family was focused on the shower.
You almost missed going to the baby shower. Can you tell us why?
If Michigan would have won the hockey game on Friday, I might have not been there on Sunday because I would have been in Las Vegas on Saturday trying to get a red eye out, but you never know. So, but it all worked out and it was absolutely beautiful. I can't even tell anybody about it at work because nobody would believe me. Nobody would think that much was done just for a shower.
Well, we're going to do a blog post on it so you could just send them the blog post and they
Oh.
can learn all about it that way.
I'm not sure I'd be kind of embarrassed with this. Like, you paid for this?
You would take pride in that?
Yeah.
I actually, now that I'm really thinking about it, he did financially contribute to the shower, guys. Okay, that we made that clear, but I don't think we involved you at all otherwise.
Not at all. I'm used to that. I'm used to that. I don't even know the final amount. I just write a check, as they say. And,
oh my God.
But,
yeah, so
but the good news was everybody enjoyed it. All the guests enjoyed it. They're all raving about it. The food was good. The atmosphere was great. Everything was in its proper place, and they did a real nice job of opening the gifts on a timely manner. They got some great gifts, and everybody, there was good socialization. And basically, all the people there, you could say to some extent, is our extended family because we see them relatively often. So I know a few people couldn't make it, but they never get everybody. But it was enjoyed by all. It was a really good job, and it's all because of Sarah.
Ah, thank you. Yeah, it was great. I remember being there at the venue. We were there bright and early. I was there at 8:15 in the morning, and the tables and chairs weren't quite set up yet, so there was a big lull, but we started like unpacking everything and your commentary was really off the charts, I have to say.
Oh, yeah.
Because you just didn't know what was in all these boxes.
I had no clue.
Just like, oh, was this necessary? Is this necessary? Well, honestly, none of it's necessary, but it is everything we love, and that's what makes it all so much fun.
And then Billy kept leading me on by telling me, "Oh, don't worry, that was just another add-on. That was just another add-on." So,
yeah.
anyway,
well, it was nice.
All good. And plus, the weather turned out beautiful. Even though it was indoors, we had the atrium next door with the sun shining in.
It was beautiful.
So that was really good. And when we got into the hallways, they had the windows, and just even the fact of taking everything down and reloading it back into the cars and taking it back to Sarah's place. That was beautiful weather, so we were enjoying that. So.
Yeah, it was like the first really warm day of the year.
Yeah.
So that was fun.
That was good. And then after the shower, Billy set up the outdoor TV and we were watching the Masters. So he did a great job there too.
Yeah, and the girls were inside recapping and having leftover pizza.
Yeah. But we were outside enjoying the weather. So, yeah. But everybody was happy. Melissa was extremely pleased, and she sent out a very nice text in the evening how pleased she was. So it was good.
It's very
excellent.
Nice.
But you know what? You don't have to spend that much on a shower, everybody. You could do it for a lot less, I think.
You don't even
Not as good, but
you don't even know how much everything costs.
Of course I didn't, and I never will.
You don't have to know, and you weren't the decision maker on how the budget was allocated.
Zero decision maker.
If you leave yourself out of it, then yeah, you're going to be surprised when you show up, and you're going to be pleasantly surprised.
I mean, and of course you have to have a photographer stay there the whole time because you can't take your own pictures.
No.
You have to have a
Because
professional photographer.
Good. Sharon,
Oh.
she's too valuable
Her
not
pictures,
have her
yeah.
there.
I'm actually looking forward to seeing her pictures because Penny does an awesome job.
Does.
Awesome job
Mhm.
with the photographs. So we're looking forward to that. So
Yeah.
there'll be memories forever.
Well, it also helped me enjoy the shower more because now I'm not trying to
And
take
big
pictures.
pictures.
She can help organize it
And direct who the
yes.
pictures and what pictures
Yeah.
you want, et cetera, et
It's a
cetera.
huge life event, so I think it's nice to use the resources.
Because I didn't realize it's that big of a life event, the wedding shower. I know the birth is a big life event, but the shower, I didn't think it was that big of an event. But
He meant
you
the
know,
shower, but
Billy
it
said we should have just hired a band and had somebody come in and get married. It was all just about
was all
like
ready
that.
to go.
Yeah, you had it all.
Yeah.
So
Well, it was kind of a big deal because I felt like this was my big opportunity to have a girl baby shower. We don't know if like the rest of us are going to have boys or girls. Like this is our chance.
yeah, you
We're
guys
going to
took
take
it.
it.
And then I know you were just busy not only for the shower. Of course, when you have a shower, any event, Sarah has to make 5 or 6 dresses. So that was just a little
It's not
background
all my
stuff.
fault.
And then
Maybe I made requests that I can't say no to.
and of course, they make requests. Most places, if you have name tags, you just have a name, little tent with a name on it. But of course, Sarah's got to make hearts that are poofed up and have everybody's name embroidered in them. That probably took her an hour each one to make. And you couldn't have a shower without having those kind of name tags. So,
Well, you can't have Sarah Colas at a shower without that kind of stuff.
correct.
Do you know what those heart-shaped things even were?
No, I thought they were just name tags.
They're technically holiday ornaments.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
because Melissa, there's meaning to everything.
I
Melissa
didn't know
has a
this.
pink Christmas tree. Her Christmas tree is always
Very
pink.
pink. Yeah.
So this is an ode to that. I should have mentioned that in my welcome.
Oh, very good. Did anybody else know that at the shower?
That they were orange. I mean, I
that
hope
they were-
everyone knows, but now you're making me guess that.
I don't know. I didn't hear that. Of
People
course, I didn't know a lot
use
of
them,
things.
they use them.
But yeah, that was a very nice ornament then, actually. Wow, that's pretty good. So very good. So, but you guys did a super job planning, and
Thank you.
everybody looked very elegant there. Even Colleen, she got into it, so it was
Wow.
very good.
Yeah,
Very
I
good.
mean, everyone really stepped in and helped a lot with all the brother-in-laws now, with Cam, Billy, and Kevin, but especially Billy and Kevin. Sorry, Cam, but they are super, super helpful, especially Kevin. But then Billy was up until 1 o'clock in the
Billy, he
morning
did his
helping
thing,
me,
and then
so-
plus he did the probably the most complicated thing of the day was getting everybody's coffee orders right in the morning and having the coffee there at 8:15 at St. John's. And
Oh,
he
yes.
came through like a champ, like he usually does.
We all
So
need that coffee.
Billy made it happen, as we always say. So,
Yep.
anyways,
I learned a lot of the party planning skills from your wife because she
Yeah.
threw the best parties growing up and Girl Scouts and everything. So she was amazing.
it was all about the details. You guys got the details beyond the top. Like I didn't even know what there's some details. I'm sure there was more than that. And then Sarah, of course, had to have her magazines there and her wedding photos from Cam and Melissa's wedding, and then all kinds of pictures and books from when they were growing up. And it was really very well done. I think nobody expected that much, and I don't think they should expect that much, but you guys definitely did it all. So great job.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, we like to make the events very personalized to the person we're celebrating or people we're celebrating. But also, I got a phone call from Uncle Al yesterday because he called me right after you called him, and he said he was dying laughing at everything you were saying about the shower. So I thought I'd pull you in and just share.
Oh, I didn't know that. No.
Yeah, he called me. He's like, you would not believe the phone call I just had with your dad.
No, it was.
So I wish that was recorded. Unfortunately, it wasn't. But
Yeah, well, he had my perspective of a straight talk on what I thought of the,
a little more blunt. I feel like
yeah,
I'm
the
holding back right
necessity
now.
of everything that was needed there, but it did make a big splash, so
It did.
very good.
It did. Had a little bit of wow factor. And
Oh, it
what it's all
definitely had a
about.
lot of wow factor, and there's some, like say, great people there, and I think everybody went home happy.
Wonderful. That's what
So.
it's all about.
Thank you, Sarah.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Thank you so much for listening. I hope this episode has allowed you to approach the world with greater confidence in your own personal style. If you have any questions at all, feel free to reach out through email or the inquiry form on the website. I hope you are all ready to go and get dressed up. I look forward to sharing more dressing up tips with you in future episodes. Thanks so much.